It begins with a whisper, a moment that feels electric, not loud, not dramatic, just a pulse, a signal, a knowing. It says this direction, this step, this yes. And if you're quiet enough, if you haven't completely drowned in the noise of expectation and fear, you hear it. That's what Bashar calls your highest excitement. It's not a feeling of comfort. It's not about safety. It's the thing that lights you up precisely because it stretches you. It's the path that dares you to remember who you really are. But following that path, that's where most people get lost. Because somewhere along the way, we were taught that the right path is the hard one. That if it feels good, it must be a trap. That struggle equals virtue. But your highest excitement is not pleasure. It's alignment. It's the expression of your soul's frequency in motion. It's how your truth moves through time. And when you follow it, something happens. Synchronicities appear. Opportunities unfold. Time bends. Things click. Not because the universe is rewarding you, but because you're finally in flow. The Daoists called it Wu-Wei, effortless action. The Stoics called it virtue in alignment with nature. The Zen monks called it the way that cannot be named. And Bashar calls it simple. Follow your highest excitement with zero insistence on the outcome. This is the key. Because the moment you demand a result, the frequency shifts. Excitement becomes expectation. Joy becomes control. Movement becomes manipulation. And the signal fades. So how do you follow it without losing yourself? You follow it with presence. You follow it because the action itself is the reward. Not because it will make you money. Not because it will fix your life. Not because it will make people love you. But because to not follow it would be betrayal. Every time you abandon that excitement, you reinforce the false self. The version of you built on shoulds, not soul. And you feel it in your gut, in your chest, in your dreams. A quiet grief, the ache of the unlived life. So you start small. You listen for the signal, the tingle, the nudge, the thing that makes you lose track of time. And you act on it. Not someday, not when the fear goes away. Now. Because excitement is not the absence of fear, it's movement in the presence of it. It's the fire that says, I'm alive. And no matter how small the step is, it ripples, it shifts your field, your frequency, your direction. You don't have to quit your job today. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You just have to stop pretending you don't know. Because you do. You've always known. That thing you keep circling back to, that idea you talk yourself out of, that vision that won't leave you alone. It's not random, it's the map. And when you follow it, without trying to control where it goes, you find yourself again. Not the self that was handed to you, not the self that performed well, not the self that was accepted, but the self that was free. Your highest excitement is not a destination. It's a compass. It points toward authenticity, toward coherence, toward power. And the more you trust it, the more alive you become. You begin to notice the smallest things shift. Your body loosens, your thoughts soften, your inner voice grows stronger. People start to comment, you seem different. They don't know why, but you do. You've stopped outsourcing your direction. You've stopped abandoning your soul. You've chosen alignment over approval. And that choice rewires you. Excitement teaches you to listen to your curiosity, to your timing, to your energy. You stop doing things just because you're good at them. You stop staying in rooms just because you were invited. You ask better questions. Does this light me up? Would I do this if no one watched? Would I still choose this even if I failed? Excitement becomes the filter. You begin to shed the layers that don't match it. Old habits, old patterns, old versions of you who learned to settle. And that shedding can feel like death, because it is. It's the death of pretending, the death of fitting in, the death of waiting for permission. And in its place, a freedom so quiet, it almost scares you. Because for the first time, you're creating from your core, not to prove, not to win, not to impress, but to live fully, honestly, now. And every time you follow that excitement, you evolve, you unlock, you remember, and the remembering. That's the real alchemy. It's not about becoming something new. It's about uncovering what was always true. So follow your highest excitement without insisting on what it becomes. And you won't just find your path. You'll remember that you are the path. You are the call. You are the compass. You are the flame. Now walk it, Chidori.